Oh no, I'm triggered and I'm spiraling out. What do I do? Oh my gosh. My mind won't let me get anything done. I'm just way too manic right now and I want to do a million things. And in this video, we're going to cover my top 3 things to be able to get out of that depression and to focus in the mania. Hey everybody, this is Nick with New Way Wellness, just helping all the beautiful crazies out there in the world raise your vibration and thrive in any situation. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, like this video, so that way we can help ease the suffering of others in the world just like us. If you have been manic for any period of time, you might be familiar with that. I need to start a million projects because I have more energy than I know what to do with. And I think I'm going to start going back to school. I'm going to start a few companies. I'm going to learn how to be a doctor, a journalist, a writer. I'm also going to start a needlepoint class as well. Raise your hand. Yep, I've totally been in that boat where I want to start a million projects at once, but nothing ever happens. And it just sucks because then you get in this cycle. You're like, oh man, I'm starting all this. You overcommit and you fail inevitably because things take time. And for me, when I fail or I have a project that is about maybe 3 to 4 weeks long and I'm not seeing anything come to fruition because obviously things take longer than my mania will withstand, I inevitably crash down into a depression and I feel like shit. Can anybody relate to that? Right? All of you bipolar, beautiful entrepreneurs out there, or even if you're not an entrepreneur and you have a 9-to-5, you just want to do more things. It just seems like, oh, I've failed so many times. At least that's how I felt about it. In fact, my girlfriend left me because she said I had commitment issues. Yeah, I was overcommitted. And oftentimes, at least speaking for myself, I've had these grandiose ideas, which is one of the fantastic symptoms of being bipolar, is that you have these grandiose ideas, but yet you may not have the self-esteem to be able to follow through with any of it. So you constantly feel like you're behind, or you are not as far along as you want to be, or you've started these projects before and they've always failed or never come to fruition. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones and you've totally had a successful career. In this case, this video is not for you, but it might be. You know, you never know. If you hate what you're doing, listen up. I found myself spending a lot of money on different manic projects, which is why I probably have 12 inflatable tubs and 100 flamingos in my garage, because that Amazon purchase just had to happen. Because how else are you going to set up a pool party for all your friends and have it be this cool yoga like thing, and you're not even really sure because you've never set something up like that before, and just boom, crash. Booyah. With our special brains, oftentimes it can be hard to pick something and stick with it. These are my top 3 things that, as a beautiful bipolar, really help to become aware of when that mania happens and to help me get out of depression, because those highs and lows are really what keep us dysregulated. So if we can find things to help us stay in the middle, this is key. Number 1 is a creative vision for our life. A lot of the times we might start this project, start that project, but are they congruent in a single direction? Or are they all kind of sporadic? Now, these are things to ask yourself. So creating a vision for your life in 2 ways. 1, the external, a vision board. Vision boards are fantastic ways to be able to kind of hone in on what it is you want externally in your life, meaning you get a cork board and a few pins and you pin up what you want, like the car or the boat or the dream job or whatever it is, external thing that you want. One thing that a lot of people miss in the vision board is the second part, and that is the internal changes that you need to be able to make. You need to be able to make a vision for who you want to become. Now, this is a lot more process oriented. You know, what are your values? For me, I want to become more humble, funnier, kinder, a leader. These are some of the visions that I have for myself moving forward, because I realize the person that I need to be will then achieve the things, the external things on my vision board, and create a vision both internally and externally. And as you do that, when you become manic, you can ask yourself this litany of questions. Am I doing things that is keeping me closer to who I want to be and the things that I want to have, or is it taking me further away? Are those pink flamingos really necessary for me to start a YouTube channel and to become an influencer and help people realize they're vibrational light beings and just they can live beyond their labels? Not really. Those are some of the questions that you want to be able to ask yourself, and you can use these creative tools like a vision board internally and externally to help kind of narrow that down so that way you can whoosh, hone it in. And with the vision board for those internal changes, that's a process. So that's something you can always be working on. You know, you're not always going to be able to focus in on the car or the house, or you can always work on internalizing those feelings, but really it's what you put out is what you'll get back, what I've discovered in this world. So being able to just internalize who you want to be, it's going to be a constant process. Number 2 is make it visible. Literally, make the vision board. It's not hard. Get a magazine, cut out some pictures of the things that you like, and put them on a board. You know, a lot of times we think about the vision that we want, we think about the car, we think about the house, we think about where we want it to be. But when you actually see it day in and day out, it makes such a huge difference in your subconscious. And also with your internal goals as well. Write out every single attribute you want to be, that you want to present to the world, and put it everywhere. Put it in your bathroom, put it on your ceiling when the first thing that you see when you wake up, put it in your car. Start to identify with the things that are on that list instead of the things that you currently are. For me, what that looks like is like, for a while, I really identified as a negative person. I really identified as an angry person, you know, and once I started this process of, for me, it was journaling, and I wrote down 3 things that I wanted to be and stepping into this new person. That worked for me. And then I wrote it all out and I put it all around my house and I started to step into this new person. So it's totally possible. But again, just like social media, just like advertising, you want to be able to advertise this new self to yourself, whatever that looks like for you. So that's step number 2. Step number 3, super easy, practice. Practice becoming that person. You know, every opportunity, whether you're manic, whether you're depressed, is an opportunity to be able to step into this new reality of self. Now, you might not be able to step into the car. You can step into the car, go down to the dealership, get in one of those cars and see what it feels like. Go to an open house of the type of house that you want to have. See how it feels. Be like, this would be my room. It's pretty freaking sweet. You know, that's a great feeling to be able to instill those new vibrations into yourself. Go visit your dreams. Go stand on a boat if you have access to that. Those are some of my dreams. But honestly, like, as you are able to step into those new vibrations, not only with the things, but with the person that you want to be, is going to make the hugest difference. When you start to get manic, ask yourself, how does my ideal self handle this mania? You know, and if this person has an ideal job or has an ideal income situation, how can I make my mania focus in on who this person is and how they handle it and how they step towards their goals? And obviously, these are things that you want to be able to decide before you get manic, because when you are manic, you're in the throes of it. You may not have full consciousness. You know, we've talked about brain fog, and happens when you're manic. But if you have a guidance system, the map is not the terrain, but it's sure as hell going to help you figure out where you're going, right? Practice, 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 practice. You're not going to change overnight. Well, you might. I'm not going to put that on you. You could decide right now. Some people might call that delusional, but striving to be something different, striving to rise above, striving to be able to actually come those people. And at first, it may feel like a lie. Because it is. I mean, what is a lie? You know, not telling the truth. What is the truth? Are you really going to identify your entire life with the same person that you are right now? Fuck no. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. You're not 6 anymore. You know, you've let go of so many different ideals and so many selves in the past, and yet there are a few that remain that hold you back. So practice stepping into that new person. It's going to change your fucking life. All right, so those are really my 3 tips. Create the vision both internally, externally, make it visible, write it out, pin up the pictures, and practice. Practice every day, whether you're depressed, whether you're moot and neutral, or you're manic as shit. Do your best to practice. And eventually that will become the new standard for your life, become your new default setting. Your vibration will rise and you will be absolutely amazed what happens in your life once that happens. If you're having a hard time creating the discipline to do any of these things, please click the link below. Come check out my coaching. I do one-on-one coaching. If you need help creating discipline in your life, if you'd like help creating a vision board or creating a vision for yourself and how to really stick to it, along with healthy habits, you cannot go wrong. When you have the right habits, when you have the discipline, when you're able to create the internal and external shifts that you need to, your life will open up and you will never be the same, because you know what? You can't go back to being ignorant. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. So let's open it up. And if you need help, visit newwaywellnesscoaching.com and we will figure it out. Again, my name's Nick with New Way Wellness. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. Yes, good things are on the way for you. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. It really helps out with the YouTube channel. And like always, love you all so very much. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.